Good morning. This weekend we are celebrating the arrival of the white man in what we now call the Americas, bringing along culture and knowledge and faith in a gentle God. But that is not all what they brought. When Columbus first landed in the Bahamas in 1492, he met the Arawak natives and was surprised how friendly, hospitable, and good-looking they were. Listen to what Columbus wrote into his journal. "They brought us parrots and balls of cotton and spears and many other things. They willingly traded everything they owned. They were well built, with good bodies and handsome features. They do not bear arms, and do not know them, for I showed them a sword, and they took it by the edge and cut themselves out of ignorance. They have no iron. Their spears are made out of cane." And then he went on thinking about how they could be useful to him. They would make fine servants, he thought. With 50 men, we could subjugate them all and make them do whatever we want. And he added, "As soon as I arrived in the Indies, on the first island which I found, I took some of the natives by force, in order that they might learn and might give me information of whatever there is in these parts." The historian Howard Zinn wrote in A People's History of the United States, "Slaves weren't enough. Columbus needed to bring back gold. Columbus and his crew believed there were gold fields on Haiti. He and his men ordered all natives to collect a certain amount of gold every 3 months. But they couldn't collect enough gold, and if they didn't, they had their hands cut off. It was an impossible task. There was virtually no gold around, only a little dust in a stream. Many natives fled and were consequently hunted down and killed by the Spaniards. In 2 years, half of the 250,000 Indians on Haiti were dead, either through murder, mutilation, or suicide. 50 years later, only 500 Indians were left, and by 1650, the Arawaks had been wiped out from the island. King Ferdinand of Spain had installed Columbus as governor of Hispaniola. That's the island that Haiti is on. They heard about his reign of terror. There were many reports of cutting of tongues and ears, torture, parading of mutilated bodies and heads. By 1500, even the royal family who had paid for his voyages had had enough. They ordered him removed as governor, arrested, and transported in chains back to Spain. According to Wikipedia, Columbus and his brother lingered in jail for 6 weeks, before King Ferdinand ordered their release. He summoned the Columbus brothers to the palace in Granada. There, the royal couple heard the brothers' pleas. They restored their freedom and wealth, and after much persuasion, they agreed to fund Columbus's 4th voyage. The question remains, how did such barbaric ruler become the mythical founder of the New World? Well, I suppose that much like the Spanish king, people chose to overlook the bad parts because Columbus's voyages suited their needs. But does it serve us today, 520 years later, to pay homage to a brutal ruler in order to keep the myth of the selfless explorer alive? I, for my part, will never snicker about Indigenous Peoples' Day again. I feel we owe it to those peoples to keep their memory alive.